Welcome to My Decadent Life. My name is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to be doing a demo of the Lavina Desert Matte Bronzers. I have two of them. So if you're interested in seeing the colors Karoo and Saraha applied, then go ahead and keep watching because we're going to do it pretty soon. Right now, maybe right now or pretty soon. Either way, I'm going to also talk to you a little bit about this company. So stick around. So I do not have the Lavina palettes. They're so gorgeous, but I can't remember if they came out during the whole shutdown situation when I wasn't really able to purchase any makeup. So when I saw that they were coming out with bronzers, I could not help myself. Let me grab the other one over here. I snagged two of them. I purchased a little bit lighter tones with the intent of planning to wear these this winter, because the couple of the other bronzers I have definitely were perfect for summer. And so I really chose on the lighter spectrum. And I find that that can be, just like there isn't always a dark enough bronzer, a light enough bronzer doesn't always happen all the time either. So I have the color Saraha, which is considered fair. And I find that one to be a little on the warmer side. I probably say that several times during this video. I apologize. And then Karoo, which is considered for light skin, which is just a little bit more neutral. There's 8 shades, which is amazing. So they have Danaki, I believe. Sorry. Yep. Nope. Danakil, which is very fair. Pardon my pronunciations. I believe these are all deserts. And then so it goes Danakil, very fair, Saraha fair, Karoo light, Kalahari medium, Namib, I believe brown, Nubian medium dark, Neri dark, and then Guban very dark. Part of me is kind of wishing I would have also purchased Kalahari, but I didn't need it. I didn't need it. 2 is enough. So I'm happy with the colors I chose, even though I am kind of in this in-between skin tone from summer to not quite like as light as I'll get in the winter time. I find that they really bronzed me up pretty well. I do have more makeup on over the top of them, but I do the demo just on a plain base. So you get 16 grams of product, or 0.56 ounces for $21. So I actually feel like this is a fairly affordable bronzer as well. I mean, it's hard to always understand how deep the pan is, but it's a nice, good sized pan where you can easily get your brush in. And these are all matte bronzers as well. So there's a lot of amazing things to say about this company, but just to start it out, this is a Black owned brand. And the gal who owns it, Joy Ecotools, I'm probably not saying her last name correctly. She did grow up in a traditional African home in Nigeria. And so they talk about how she created Lavina to show a modern representation of ancient African beauty secrets passed on from generations and generations. Everything about it is just stunning. The packaging is beautiful. They definitely seem to have a more sustainable type of feeling to the brand as well. And they do talk about how she offers a range of plant-powered, next-level luxury, high-performance, and multifunctional products that are designed to look after and address hormonal challenges, premature aging, and to visibly improve complexion. And I would absolutely consider this like a clean formulation type of company. Their products are created with ethically sourced, fair trade, and many certified organic ingredients, cold pressed oils, botanicals, herbs, plant-based waxes, non-GMO, and eco-friendly packaging. So, and I just truly believe you can still have a beautiful package without being non-recyclable. You know what I'm trying to say. Created without parabens, phthalates, sulfates, fillers, gluten, animal testing, mineral oils, and petroleum. So I am so excited to have gotten to try this company. I probably won't be purchasing the palettes they have. I think that they're stunning and I've only heard good things about them, but the colors definitely seem to be something I'm just not super into right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hold tight, and maybe they'll pop out with some blushes or some new eyeshadow colors soon, and then I will definitely jump on the bandwagon. I do go ahead and put this gorgeous lip plumping collagen oil on my lips as well, and this is phenomenal. I cannot recommend this enough. The texture is so smooth and glidey, and it definitely feels like you just have an emollient oil on your lips. Not sticky at all. And as of this time, I do not have an affiliation with Lavina, and I actually don't know if they're sold anywhere but their website. I did purchase these from their particular website, and they shipped, I believe, out of Houston, Texas. Now, they did get kind of hung up in shipping a little bit. The actual shipping time went quickly, but it seems like when they got to the distribution center, they got hung up there a little bit. I don't blame the company for that at all. That is definitely something that is just going on in the world right now. So I will look into it a little bit more and see if Lavina is sold anywhere else, and if it is, I will share some of those things down in the comments. But I will also link the website. But like I said, as of now, I don't have an affiliation, and if I do get an affiliation with Lavina, I will update that in the description as well. So before we put the bronzer on, I just want to show you this gorgeous lip plumping oil that they sent. They were just doing, like, if you buy a bronzer, I believe you got a free oil, and it is an antioxidant rich multi-peptide collagen lip plumper oil to plump, boost your lips' natural collagen, and replenish moisture levels on the lips. And it is beautiful. It is like gold. It's like bright yellow. It doesn't have a scent that I can distinguish. I just did a quick once over, and I don't see the word fragrance. So this stuff feels amazing. But let's get on to the bronzer. We're going to do one on one side and one on the other. I did it the other day, and it worked out just fine. They're close enough that I didn't look like I had two different colors. So the first one I have is Karoo, and this one is a little bit darker, and it is a little bit cooler, I would say. And then the next one I have is Saraha, which it's just a little bit more almost like terracotta in undertones and a little bit lighter. So if I'm remembering correctly, I believe this one was fair and this one was recommended for light. Now, I chose these specifically with the idea of using them this winter time. So they might be a little light on my skin tone still right now, possibly, but I did that on purpose because I had plenty of bronzers that I was enjoying this summer, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to, in the fall, purchase something you know, that I maybe was not going to be as happy with going into the winter. So let's start with Saraha, and these are unbelievably smooth. I mean, when you swatch this, it is probably the smoothest powder texture I've ever felt. Let me just go ahead and pop that on my hand, and then let me do this one right away too, because they are just so unbelievably smooth. So I just have an Ecotools. This is the bronzing and buffing brush, I believe. So we'll go into Saraha. I definitely want to call them the other names for some reason, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit. I'm going to tap a little off, and we're just going to bronze. So I think I've used these twice now. Sorry if you guys can hear my girlies. I am due to have a baby really at any moment. I'm 39 weeks pregnant, and we have been storing our baby items at my parents' house, which is about an hour and 45 minutes away, and we just had some family things come up, and so my parents weren't able to help us get those items back up here, so my husband is on his way to retrieve them. So since this one's lighter, I'm probably going to build it up just a little bit more. But I do just want to show how well this would work on a really fair skin tone. And you can tell, like, my chest looks a little bit darker right now. I kind of bronzed up my chest a little bit. But I tried to keep my face a little bit paler so that you could really see how the bronzer looked. So I'm going to just take that same brush. I'm just going to wipe it off a little bit. with baby coming and my husband doing overtime and then heading to my folks' house today, it's like if I want to do any filming, I have to figure out how to do it with them around. So now this is the color Karoo. I feel like you can tell that it's just a little darker, a little cooler. Normally I probably wouldn't take this much time, but since I'm doing an actual bronzer demo, I feel like I'm wanting to make sure I showcase it enough. Okay. I don't have the best light today either. We're really kind of gloomy. We're just going to kind of buff that in, and then I'll grab my powder brush and buff that out. And I don't have any contour on today because I didn't want to take away from the bronzer at all. So there you go. I feel like the application is really smooth. I did powder my face before I went in with powder bronzer. That is just how I would always do it. So I can't really speak as to how well this would work if you were to go in with this bronzer on your still kind of damp foundation. I think that most of the time it ends up wanting to catch a little bit. Of course, that's something you might just have to experiment with. I just would almost always powder first, so that isn't really something that I like a way that I would apply it. One thing I thought I would do for you as well is some of my favorite bronzers are from Beautycounter, and I think I'm going to just compare. Beautycounter has 3 bronzers. So this one is the color Dune. I'm going to just swatch kind of right underneath. So this one is Dune. So I would say I believe Dune is the lightest, but it's a little bit cooler than Sahara is. And then the second color I have is Surf. I'm going to put Surf right next to it. And Surf is definitely darker. I would say Surf is a tiny bit more red than Karoo. Has just a little bit more of that sunburny feel. And then the third one I have is Cabana. And this is the deepest in the Beautycounter collection. And I'll just sneak that right over here. And I would say, again, a little bit more of a red tone. And, you know, truthfully, they only have the 3 colors. So you get 1, 2, 3, where with the Lavina bronzers, you're getting 8 different tones, and I'm only showing you 2 of them. And I feel like these 2 being next to each other are a pretty big difference. So it's like, I think Lavina is truly making like a, how do you want to say that? Like they're not just doing like a tiny itty bit of a shade difference. They're doing like a substantial shade difference so that those 8 shades are going to span all the skin tones. I wanted to grab the Kosas bronzer as well because I really enjoyed this one this summer. This is in medium golden bronze. So I believe they just had 3 shades as well. Now this is a baked illuminating bronzer, but this was like the perfect sunburn color for me, and I did enjoy this. And I'll just swatch it right underneath. But I feel like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I actually feel like Kosas Medium reminds me a lot of the Lavina Sahara. Let's put them right next to each other. So this is a little interesting. So this is the Kosas Medium. It does have a shimmer. It's a baked shimmer. And this is Sahara from Lavina. And they're actually like really similar, I feel like, in pigment and tone. But I find that the Kosas seemed a little dark on me, even this summer, but it had that like reddish undertone to it, and definitely Sahara does as well. It has a little bit more of that like terracotta kind of warmth to it. And so if you like the Kosas Medium, you very well may enjoy the Lavina Sahara if you're looking for a matte to go along with it. If you hold them side by side, the Kosas definitely looks like it would be a little bit darker, but once I swatched it, I think it really felt similar. So that's kind of interesting, I think. So again, if you are anywhere near my skin tone or a little bit lighter, Sahara is over on this side. We're a little bit more of a warm tone. And then Karoo is over on this side with just a little bit of a cooler kind of tone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your view. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Consider subscribing, maybe hit the bell notification. Obviously, here I am with the rest of my makeup on. There is a whole nother video in conjunction to this one. They really seemed to pair well, nicely together. So I was excited to be able to bust these out today, even though my little girls have been yelling in the background the whole time. Life is just going to get wilder with baby number 3 on the way, but I want to just keep pursuing this, and I appreciate your support and any bit of flexibility you have as I try to make these videos work. If I seem distracted, it's probably because I am, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye everybody.